I'm Joy MacKeith, Strategic Director and co-founder of Triangle. I'm delighted to introduce you to Triangle's new report, Enabling Help. Over the last 18 years, Triangle has created 44 versions of the outcome star. We've learned so much about how personal change happens and what works when helping people to face challenges and thrive in their lives. And by helping hundreds of organisations to implement the outcome star, we've also learned what can get in the way of effective help. So first of all, what works? Enabling help is what works. That means help that builds hope and belief, that develops a sense of personal agency, help that supports people to talk about what matters to them and be heard. Triangle has identified 6 principles to enabling help. It's help that's relational, motivational, developmental, holistic, flexible, and contextual. So what gets in the way of this kind of help? Our observation is that all too often, the service delivery system itself prevents this kind of help from happening. That's because its practices are driven by ideas borrowed from other fields, which don't work well when applied to complex human issues. For example, ideas borrowed from medicine see the person as sick or flawed in some way, and the helper as the expert. But that doesn't help build belief and a sense of personal agency. And ideas borrowed from economics encourage competition between providers and break provision down into units. But that doesn't create the kind of flexibility and collaboration that's needed to respond to individual needs and work in a holistic way. We need to base future social provision on what we know about human beings and what we all need to thrive. There's a wealth of knowledge out there, and it all points to help which enables, help which is relational, help which is individually tailored to what that person needs. What we need to do now is to apply that knowledge in practice. So what would that look like? Well, here are a few ideas. At the front line, it means thinking of people as collaborators rather than recipients. In management, it means freeing up workers to take a flexible, problem-solving approach rather than following protocols and tick boxes. For commissioners, it means supporting learning and joined-up working between providers rather than creating competition and setting targets. For policymakers, it means creating flexible, responsive, compassionate service delivery systems rather than narrow prescriptions of what works. For everyone in the service delivery system, it means basing our approach on what we know about what human beings need to thrive and ensuring that our work supports that. That means a relational and learning approach at every level. So what next? If you feel that social provision could work better for the people it's intended to serve, please download our free Enabling Help report to find out more about how a new set of ideas can unlock the potential in research, in policy making, in commissioning, management, and frontline delivery.